Today I wanted to honor some of my grandparents, and I'm going to start with my great-grandpa, my third great-grandpa, George Rockwood. He actually, when he died, he was living here in New Corden, but he was living in the Adams County area around New Corden with his daughter, and his wife had passed away about 5 to 6 years before this. They had lived in Dunkirk. After his wife died, he moved from 2 different daughters back and forth, and at the time of his death, he was living here. His death certificate says he died in Geneva, but it was actually New Corden. And it's nice. I was shocked to find a death certificate, because in 1904, they started issuing them at 1900, but there's just not that many of them for the rural counties like this. He died from lung issues, but he was a private in the Civil War. His birth date is October 20th, 1826. He was born in Vermont. He died here September 16th in 1904. His first census that he was ever in was with his parents, and it's kind of unusual. Some of them are like that. I've seen them before. But the boys are all listed separate from the girls. And the boys, it says 1 child under 5, 2 children 5 to 10, 3 children 10 to 15. Then on the girls' side, it says 1 child 5 to 10, 1 child 10 to 15, and 1 child 15 to 20. And he was the youngest. He was 4. He came from a fairly large family, and he did not end up being the youngest. But at the time of the census, he was the youngest. He was in the Civil War. He joined the Union. He was drafted, actually, on October 15th, 1864. And he was in until December 21st of 1865, the Indiana 40th Infantry, Company H. And his family has quite a history of service. His parents was Isaiah Henry Arnold and Rhonda Rockwood. And my second great-grandparents, his child was Rhonda Rockwood. And then her child was Herbert Arnold. My grandpa, Janie and Herb Arnold from Geneva. My great-grandparents were his grandkids. And I think that's kind of a fun way to learn about the history of people. Well, his father was John Rockwood. The years that he was living was 1794 to 1874. His wife was Hannah. He was in the War of 1812. He was in the Cornings detachment in Vermont. And then my fifth great-grandpa, his grandpa, Ebenezer Rockwood, 1758 to 1829. He was in the Revolutionary War. He was in October 18th, 1779 in Massachusetts, 3rd Regiment Militia. His father, my 6th great, Reuben Rockwood, his dates are 1730 to 1803. He was in the Revolutionary War, and he is recognized by the Daughters of the American Revolution. New Hampshire, Ashley's Regiment of Militia, June 24th, 1777 is when he signed on. And his father, John Rockwood, and his dates are 1696, to 1778. He was Revolutionary War. He signed on February 15th to 1778. Massachusetts, Trot's Regiment. Now, I have tried to find more information, and I will find out more, because I have a puzzle there. He died in 1778. Was he killed during the service? And that would be my 7th great-grandfather. And as much information as they have, and they have a lot of information out there for families, there is a lot of information that's got holes in it. But I would love to find out what happened exactly. Was he killed during his service? Did he die of natural causes? Because he was an older gentleman at that time. He was not a young man. And there were all kinds of things that these men and women got recognized for. Some of it could even be just delivering foods to the camp. You know, he could have done something like that. He could have been right in the militia and right in the middle of the battles. I don't know, because I'm not sure about his service. But I do know that the man in front of me, the stone in front of me for George Rockwood, my third great-grandpa fought in the Civil War in Indiana 40th Infantry. I just thought it was a little of my history for Memorial Day. But thank you, and thank you to everyone that puts all these flags on these stones, and they just look wonderful, and it just makes you so proud to be out here and see these flags and see that somebody took their time to volunteer and put all these flags out and to represent all these servicemen. Thank you.